This is a Feldenkrais awareness through movement lesson in high speed. The title of the lesson is Differentiation of Bending Knee, Spine, and Head 1. By the way, if you'd like to do the lesson right now, or watch the gist, click the white circled eye icon at the upper right corner. Otherwise, let's watch the lesson quickly. Please lie on the back. Let's breathe slowly, breathing to the chest, or to in the belly, without considering particularly now. Observe how you usually do. Although a variety of lessons give breathing lessons, they say this breathing is good. It is good to breathe in the chest, or it is good to do in the stomach. The idea of Feldenkrais is unlike it. We won't do any way of breathing. It is of great value to know what you do now. To learn another breathing technique, you will learn a lot of breathing techniques. For example, when you bend the body, the posture with the stomach shrink, use the back instead of the stomach. You will be able to select by yourself. Forcing the abdominal breathing in a posture with the stomach shrink. It is good because some teachers said so. You have difficult breathing. In the Feldenkrais, we do not say that this way fits you. Today you learn this movement and you learn different movement. You will be able to select any one of them. So, whether now you are breathing in the stomach, or you are breathing in the chest. Let's put hand on the chest. The index finger is good to use. You may feel more accurate location. If you try to observe something, being observed will always change. If you put your finger, for example, in the chest, respiration of the stomach will change. For example, simply stating pay attention to the chest changes the breathing without placing a finger. The same is true for others. Did you ever feel that someone is watching you? And you find it out by looking toward the direction. Then, when someone saw you, you are to change. This is not known scientifically. Since human beings are also animals, it will have the ability to perceive whether other animals do something without seeing it. Dr. Feldenkrais talked about such a story. Move as not to hit the person next to you, with eyes closed in a lesson. For some reason, you will be able to do as the lesson progresses. Rest please. Observe the breathing as you observe now as the lesson goes on to see how it changes. Stretch legs. Quietly turn the toes of the right foot to the right, slowly. Repeat it many times. You have started to bend the right knee just a little bit. Are you aware of it? How did the breathing change? When you bend the toes, what happens to the breathing? Do you breathe in or out? In or out or hold? What part of the body is doing it? Is it the stomach, the chest? Rest please. As soon as you rest, did the breathing change? Are you breathing through the nose or the mouth? Do you use the nose to breathe in? Do you use the mouth to breathe out? If you are breathing through the nose, is it the left or right? For example, people who breathe in through the right nose may feel some coolness in the area below the right eye. It may be depend on the person, but may change as time goes by. There is also a case that does not change. Rotate the right toe to right. Repeat. Gradually, bring the right heel closer to the buttock by bending the knee. Stretch it again, slowly. Did you notice the knee bends automatically by turning the right toes to right? Intentionally bend the knee. As the knee bends, bring the knee closer to the buttock. Simply put, bend the knee, stretch it. Yes, let's repeat slowly. Once again, observe the respiration. And when the knee is closer and away from the buttock, how does the breathing change? Let's rest. When you are resting, it is okay to stand both knees if you feel better. Stretch legs, bending the knee while rotating the right toe to the right, bring the heel closer to the hip. At the same time, please roll the head to look at the right knee. That's right, bring it back, and to return the head to the center as the knee extends fully. Do not return the head to the center before the leg is fully long. The head returns to the center as the knee becomes long. Let's do it slowly. That's right. The movement begins by directing the toes to the outside. That's right, beautiful. While doing this movement, let's pay attention to breathing. Paying attention to many things is tough. Pay attention to the right flank. It is interesting to pay attention. Although we know to pay money, by paying attention, do you buy something? It is certainly true that something changes. For example, continues the same movement. Keep the knee as close to the floor as possible all the while extending the knee. That's right, it is enough. Let's rest. Now let's do the same thing on the left side, however only in your imagination. Only in the imagination from now on. Direct the toes to the outside, while slightly rotating the leg. Bend the knee, then, bring the left heel closer to the buttock. At the same time, head rotates toward the left. That shrinks the left flank. Once the heel is sufficiently close to the buttock, extend the knee back. Return head slowly to the center. Do this in your imagination a few times. While imagining, let's pay attention to the breathing. Do you feel the similar change in the breathing on the other side? Let's actually move. Because only once is enough, let's immediately rest. Did your breathing change? This movement makes your breathing harder. Put the feet together, not power. Feet, fingers, knees are together, both knees in that configuration. Bend the toes of the feet to the right while bending the knees. Bring the heels closer to the buttocks. It is good. I did not think that can be done well in the first try. Stretch the legs. Repeat. Direct both toes to the right. Do not return the knee to the center earlier than the knee extends fully. First, look to the right. How do you use the upper body to do so? How do you use your head? That's right. Keep the body to the right as long as possible. So, is in the closest position to the floor. That's right. Stay in the right, through the same path. Stretch out legs. Rest when you are tired. Watch out for breathing. Now, we moved both toes to the right. Now let's move to the opposite direction, but only in your imagination. Keep the feet together. In imagination, direct toes of the feet to the left. Bend the knees. Bring the heels closer to the buttocks. At the same time, head rotates toward the left. Let's do in the imagination. The important thing in imagination is to remember, in the same way, the breathing. Do the same movement with not only feet and head but also with the whole body. From breathing, from the flow of blood, the whole body moves in imagination. Sometimes in a Feldenkrais lesson, I feel the rushing flow of the blood. It was very hot and I felt ouch, not only with myself but also another person. While rotating the toes to the left, bend the knees, while bringing the heels closer to the buttocks. Roll your head to the left, and while extending the legs, return the head to the center. Let's actually move once. That's right. Do not use the force. Do it easy. It would be sufficient to do it once. Let's rest. It is very easy up to here. I think that is done in many exercises, but Feldenkrais is different from here. Direct the toes of both feet to the right end. Bend the knees. Bring the heel closer to the buttocks. Now the head turns to the left. Do you know what is happening to the body? Do not stop. Return. Put it back. Please do it comfortably. It is good. Do you know how the spine is twisted? Imagine the way the spine is twisted. It is a movement that has been banned in the medical community. The doctor might say that you should not do this kind of movement. Yes, it would be enough. Let's rest. Do you feel any change in breathing? Imagine it on the left-hand side. Put legs together. It is in your imagination. While turning to the left, bend the knees. Bring the heels closer to the buttocks. Rotate the head slowly towards the right at the same time. When you are ready, let's actually do it. While rotating the toes of the feet to the left. That's right. Can you touch the right heel with the right hand? You don't actually touch but just reach for it. Back to the original position. It is the opposite rotation of the head. No, the head to the right. I was also confused. Continue to the opposite side. That's right. Now let's change the direction of the head. You can direct it either way. You can be freer. We do not force to do one way. Alternately do both sides now smoothly. Yes, it would be enough. Let's rest. This is the end of the first half of the lesson.